All right, welcome back once again. Apologies for taking that break. I needed to usher in a colleague of mine who just joined me on the show, and that's is not a new face at all. It's a face you see all the time. So I've been joined by Okechukwu Onugbogu in the studio this morning. How are you?
I am good.
I can see that.
And it's a pleasure to be here today.
Thank you for joining me. All right, so I don't know if you listened to all the headlines I read earlier, but the biggest one will be that of the NUPENG Dangote clash as tanker driver deal collapses. I've talked about a bit of that. I also talked about the closed door. Jonathan will be holding closed door meeting. We can only assume what the meeting was about because it's not really been made public, the details of the meeting. And also political parties rising to 32 as INEC considers 14 new registrations, along with many other stories this morning that made the papers. So I'll just quickly have you take a bit, and then I'll just we'll talk to our viewers at home.
I just want to say that looking at that other one, the one that has to do with the Jonathan and the
yes.
It's just, I must say that people are just hyping this thing beyond what it should be.
Okay,
because as far as I know, from all that the former president has said, that is talking about good luck Jonathan, he is never coming in. He's never coming in. He won't be part of this race. You know
what they say, never say never.
I will show you. I will tell you why I'm saying so. The wife,
yeah, I remember she
Mama
came
Peace,
out.
Came and said that they are not looking for anything there, and that there's nothing that will make her husband go there. That's a strong statement. Then apart from that, she also said that even if they would ever want to go there, it's not against Tinubu.
Okay.
Now, the former president came also sometime in the past and was saying, I am already preparing to vote for Tinubu in the next election. So nobody would say that I am going, no, I have nothing to do with that. I have done my bit and I am out of the place.
Okay. So you think Jonathan would be better behind the scene, maybe, sponsoring or
even if he's not sponsoring, even if he's not sponsoring anything, but he has made it clear that he doesn't want to be seen as far as that scene is concerned. He doesn't want to be seen on that scene. It's as simple as that. Why won't they let him be? So any movement he makes, who want to bring in politics to it and all that, Jonathan has grown beyond Nigeria. Don't forget that.
Actually.
He is an international figure today, and an ambassador of peace for Africa.
And well respected.
Yes, and so for us to come and say, bring him back, I mean, what he has gone beyond, you want to bring him back. Remember, the last thing he even said was very clear. He said that that there are so many betrayers who are in all these political parties, that they will say something this morning and by the evening they will say another thing. So he has seen them, he has seen the kind of people they are, and he knows that there are great betrayers among them. So that he wouldn't want to get involved again. I mean, if someone has said all this, what are you still looking for? You want to force him this time? And he had said too that while he was going through stress or problem when it has to do with this governor's thing, that the current president was there for him, and so that he is there for him. What else do we want to hear from him?
I believe that the calls of so many people calling for his return to the presidency is due to, the nostalgia, the feeling of what the economy was like during his time as president. We sit down and remember how his time, and ironically, still during his time, Nigerians were complaining.
Of course.
We're complaining. I remember when they talked about the fuel subsidy being removed, there were protests around the country saying no.
And most of the leaders of the current administration even joined in that protest.
Exactly. And I think that time fuel was about 80-something naira per liter. And we were complaining. The bag of rice was about 8,000 and so many other stuff though. And then after that came Muhammad Buhari and then Tinubu, I guess Nigerians are now seeing the difference, and we're hoping that, okay, maybe we should bring Jonathan back so he gives us back how the economy was before. Well, I guess
I must say that he doesn't have a magic wand.
Exactly.
To make it happen again.
Exactly. And I think we've gone too deep into whatever we are to. It might be very hard for us to go back to what the economy was like at the time. But it's not impossible, though.
It's not impossible, but it won't be easy to get it done at a time like this. That's one thing I'm sure
That's true. All right, yes, apologies for those of you that have been calling. I'm ready to take your calls now. Feel free to call, react to any of the stories that made headlines today. So when you call, please do us a favor, turn down the volume of your TV set or walk away from it. Then tell us your name, where you're coming from, and just go ahead and make your point. The phone lines are open for you to call. Okay.
While we wait for calls, I must say that NUPENG has gone on with their talk and all that. On one hand, you look at it as if NUPENG is trying to protect its members. In actual fact, that's what it is.
Yes, that's what they're doing.
It's trying to protect its members, not to protect Nigerians, though they're saying it loud as though it's for Nigerians. It's for its members, for those who are the tanker drivers, you know, all those ones, so that they will not lose their job and all that. And over the other weekend, the past weekend, we also saw another organization that just cropped up, saying that they are not going to be members of NUPENG, but they formed their own association of those drivers thing again. And more, I think those ones, many of them are among those who will be driving for Dangote and all that. And Dangote has also said it's not a must for them to join, though it would be good to join, honestly. But the fact is, let not all this hue and cry just be for the membership of or members of NUPENG. Let it be in the best interest of Nigerians. That's one thing, because after all, what Dangote wants to do is to help the populace. And so let nothing be what will form a barrier to prevent him from achieving this goal, because that goal is powerful, is meaningful, is excellent, is good. I remember the late Oba, the late Senator Oba, you know, before he got to get into the political field, there was something he did then. Peter Obi was the governor of Anambra then, and he was the first person that arranged in such a way that there will be vehicles that will, tankers that will come in and be able to dispense fuel while moving. And they did it then. They did it mainly for kerosene. So it helped a lot of people then. That was one thing that popularized Ifeanyi Ubah in Anambra State, really, before all these things started happening. Capital Oil, that's where he was then and all that. And before he now got into politics and all that. So this thing that Dangote is trying to do for Nigeria, or for Nigerians, should not be sabotaged in any shape or form. Okay. That's what I think.
All right, thank you. Let's take this call. Hello, good morning, Hamza.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, please, my regard to all the veterans in that beautiful station.
Thank you.
Yes, in as much as I agree with our guest that the interest of the union, that is
NUPENG,
is trying to get more members and equally to get more check-up views. I think that is one of their priority. That is one of their best interests. But please, they should reconcile it between the good that all Nigerians will drive from, and then they are all personal interests. Thank you.
All right, thank you too as well. All right, yeah, go ahead.
Saying it's personal interest. Yes, that's truth. That's the truth. Because it's in the interest of the union. It's in the interest of the union that they want to do this, honestly. We don't want to say, we shouldn't be saying the union should not be protected. No. The union is doing something good too, because when some of these employers of labor begin to go out of the way to do things that are not right, they are the ones that will help them, the ones that will get them to call them back to order, call them to order, you know. So we need a union to be a check, you know, for those employers of labor. But then let the union not be the problem of Nigerians.
Okay. All right. Let's take another caller. Hello. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
You're welcome. What's your name and location? All right. Thank you, Lawal.
You see, the problem in Nigeria is corruption. What you do, everybody is fighting for his life. You don't think of much. And that is the only corruption nowadays.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. You said the problem in Nigeria, yes, is merely corruption.
Yes.
Okay. There's actually a news that I read, a headline that I read earlier that sort of made me laugh, and that would be the Delta dress code shocker. Now, the Delta government has outlawed beards, fake nails, and artificial hair. So civil servants risk punishment of indecent appearance. All right, when it comes to this. So basically, the government is outlawing beards, fake nails, and artificial hair.
It's so funny.
Funny indeed.
It's really funny. I wonder why that one should be a problem.
Exactly. What is the correlation between having beards or wearing fake nails and artificial hair? What has that got to do with the work that they are supposed to do as civil servants?
Honestly, it's funny.
It
because
is.
I don't know why that should be what people will be thinking about in this 21st century. It's not the problem. So because of that, if everybody, if every person, every male removes the beards, and all the females will remove the artificial nails, and what else? There
artificial hair,
and artificial
like
hair.
the one I'm wearing.
Yes, yes. What would it do? What would it bring? What would, I mean, it's not. That's not the problem. It's not as if fixing these hairs have been the thing causing problem for the women and for the government, and it's not as if wearing the beards is the thing that's causing problem for the male folk in their jobs. You know, I mean, you don't spend so much time to maintain it. So it's really funny. It
is. Let's take another caller. Hello, good morning. Hello. Hello there. Okay, if you could call us back, we'll appreciate that. The phone lines are still open for you to call and join the conversation we're having. Well, the government has removed 5% telecom tax and slashing the cost of calls and data. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, this is a beautiful one. We need to applaud the government for doing that because it's going to help a whole lot. I mean, all those taxes, all those bills and all those things. There's something they say in Igbo language. They say, "Better ano bonaronama." That is, as you keep getting some more meat to add to the one you have, it is still from the cow that you're getting it. So it's not as though you're getting it from somewhere else.
Yes.
But when you know there is this 50% tariff increase for the entire thing for purchase these things and data and all that, and now again this one is there. So yes, it's 5%, but it means a whole lot.
It is. It means.
Because that reduction or that abolishing of that point at that point of this would help. Like I was with someone this morning, a colleague really, and she said that I think it's good because the charge she used to get from her bank was slashed heavily because of this order from the federal government. So it's a good one.
It is.
Let's
take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
You're welcome. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Yemi Asaju. I'm calling from Kwara State.
All right, Yemi, thanks for joining. Go ahead.
I think the membership of any organization should be something that should be of interest and not through coercion. Now, what NUPENG is doing now, I hope it is not going to scare potential investors. I want to ask, which of the two is fighting the genuine cause of Nigeria? Is it NUPENG or Dangote? Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yummy.
I like the way he said he put it. That's a great one. Which of the two is fighting the interests of Nigerians? And on a clear note, we don't need to pretend over this matter.
Exactly.
Dangote is doing the best you can think anybody should do for this nation at a time like this. Since it's a problem to get these things from the filling stations because of all the problems involved in the price not being at any steady rate, it can go anyhow any day. What Dangote is trying to do is to make us see that since we have the refinery here in Nigeria, there should be a difference from what it used to be when we were importing these petroleum products from outside the country. But incidentally, there is still not much difference.
Exactly. We still have marketers still imported.
Exactly. And this is what even these marketers have really stressed it on so many occasions, that these marketers are not even interested in anything. All they want is keep taking it high, because as it goes high, it keeps helping them.
Exactly, it does. Let me have you take a pause so we can take this call. Hello, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, Gideon from Lagos. Thanks for joining.
Yeah. See, you see, Nigeria is a lawless country. They said there's a law, there's a constitution that you have freedom of association. So why must they force Dangote to join the Because they are looking for a way to hold the whole country to ransom. Because when you bet it was right, you'll be able to shut down the economy. What is the massive social problem? If you bet it was right, then go take it, but not your right, they will start putting their point.
Yes.
But the worst part of it is that the government in power. They are saying themselves they are done it. They are not following the constitution. as per freedom of association. The government themselves, they have no grip of their power. Why must they compromise with the NUPENG and the Dangote? Let it be an individual can set up a company. See, that is the problem of this country today, that we are having inflation because you have no freedom of association. You will see Pepetera, they will be forming an association, they will they must force you
To be part of the union.
And they are told they want to have the price control of goods and commodities.
Yeah.
How can you control when everywhere is unionized? Now, you don't like union, but you want to break down labor concrete. You want to break their backbone because they are tackling to your government. Anywhere they are looking that you will not pay for them, they would like to destroy that department. NUPENG now, they are crying woe, and they are not saying we will be paying 5% or whatever they call it on January. You are buying fuel. Additional tax, multiple tax. They are not fighting for that for the cost of Nigeria. But they are looking for a way to make sure that they will be able to shut that situation. And the government, they are not looking on that perspective. See, this Nigeria, we still have a long way to go. We need technocrats. We need technocrats to handle this country. only have what is educated in this place. I'm an engineer, I'm a graduate, and this, and that, and that. If you bring a primary school holder certificate, you'll be able to rule this country, my brother. All these educated in this place that they are ruling this country.
All right, Gideon. Thank you very much. Okay, we appreciate you for your contributions there. Do enjoy the rest of your day. We're still taking your calls. We still have a give or take about 20 more minutes of time to still discuss. Like I said, feel free to express your view on any of the headlines that was read out to you today on the papers today. So feel free. It mustn't be what we're really discussing. It could be anything. Talking about NLC, you know that the NLC and other lawyers have also wading into Natasha's case for her resumption. What is your take on that, especially with regards to the Constitution, knowing that she was suspended? Let's also remember that there was some sort of contempt of law because I think about 3 judges affirmed that the 6 months itself was too much to begin with, and they were asked to sort of bring it down, but nothing was done. Now the 6 months have been served. She's still not allowed into the National Assembly on the ground that the case is in court.
It's good to see when things change like this. You know, now they're talking about the fact that it's in court.
Exactly, and that goes back. Well, like, okay, if you're obeying court orders, what happened to the formal court orders? How come those were not obeyed?
That were given,
exactly.
You didn't take any of them.
But this one,
you feel it's
sort of favors them.
To favor you, so you take this. So that's one thing about our country. You see, when we talk about the fact that people choose, especially those in authority, choose the laws they would obey.
Exactly.
And the ones they will jettison. That's what's happening. That's what we're seeing. But all the same, they need to understand, I mean, the authorities that be in the National Assembly need to understand that no matter what, whatever it is that Natasha has done, I'm not standing to say she's right or she's wrong. That's not mine to say. But what I'm saying is, whatever it is, remember that Natasha is not one person.
Definitely.
Natasha Akpoti Dwyer is representing people.
Exactly.
What about the people she is representing? You have forgotten about all of them. You are just facing Natasha as an individual, as though it were to be an individual matter.
Exactly.
It's a serious thing.
It is.
They need to consider that the constituency which she represents is suffering at a time like this, not being represented.
For 6 months.
For 6 months it's gone, and now you still refuse. You say it's in court, and we know
how the court cases work in the country. Let's take this call. Hello, good morning. All right, I think I mixed that call. Please do call us back and be part of the conversation. You know, my concern is, why is it that there was no sort of any court with regards to the court order that was made? Why is it that there was no what's the word I'm looking for? I'm looking for a particular penalty.
Okay.
I mean, why is it there was no penalty as a result of that? Like, we can't continue to have people who feel that they're in power, you know, go against the law and nothing is being done. What does it tell? What does it tell the younger people? It means that, okay, anybody could just come and step on the law. If you have weight, nothing happens to you, and it shouldn't be that way. Nobody is above the law. Let's take this call. Hello, good morning. All right, the call keep dropping, and I think it's from your end. So do well to, I don't know if it's your network, do well to call back, okay? I would love to hear your contribution to the matter. All right, the phone lines are still open for you to call. So talking about contempt, because they were in contempt of court, basically.
yes.
Why are there no penalties? This call is here again. Let's try. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
You're welcome. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
It's Elder Yemi Asaju that called.
Oh, you're calling back. Yes.
Yes, I want to speak about Natasha. I think in the first place, Natasha was not properly advised. Now, the problem now is not between her and the Senate president, but between her and the Senate as an institution. I knew she would run into brick walls the moment she went to court. I think you are getting in as much as we are trying to show empathy concerning her matter, we must not also close our eyes to her unruly behavior. When she was asked to apologize and get the matter settled, she made a satirical apology, which no institution will ever accept in life. I think you are getting me.
Yeah.
Let her, if truly she loves her constituency or constituent, whichever we prefer to use, let her mellow down. Let her mellow down. You see, her service to the constituent is higher than the personal service to herself. What does it take a person to say, I am sorry? That word has broken so many, the non-use of that word has broken many homes.
Yeah.
And the use of it has mended a lot of wounds. Let her sink her pride. If genuinely she loves her constituent, let her mellow down, apologize and do the appropriate thing. Withdraw all the cases in court. Now, the case we are talking about, it was not specific about her being recalled. Now that case has been appealed, and not until the appeal is heard, the case is not yet over. And even if the appeal does not favor the Senate, they can go ahead to Supreme Court. And if we are not careful, the case will linger until the expiration of
Exactly.
That's the thing.
Thank you for
That's
your
what we're
contribution. Yeah, and yeah, so that's
what we
the
need
truth.
yes, we need to consider other things apart from all these. That there is a constituency that is suffering. Of course, they will say in this country, it doesn't matter. Has it not been happening before? And all that, when someone dies and the constituency stays until the fellow is replaced via an election and all that. While this one is alive.
Yeah.
So let something be done because of the fact that there are people whose interest she is representing. That's the thing. But,
all right. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning.
You're welcome.
Television.
Yes. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Guest in the house. My name is Umar Gwagwas from Okoli, the state capital.
Okay, Umar, go ahead.
I want to respond to the last caller. The issue of Natasha, she has been suspended for 6 months. Even though some people who court say they don't have that right to suspend her, there are other means that they can use to punish her. But the suspension has elapsed. She is due to resume. She is supposed to resume, even though the matter will continue from Supreme or from appeal court to Supreme Court to whatsoever how long it will linger. It does not really matter. The subject matter that brought all about this is she was suspended for 6 months.
Yes.
The 6 months has been expired. She is supposed to come back and she will be in the house. The matter will continue. The court did not in any way restrain her from coming to the chamber because the matter is in court. So that issue of coming back is a must that the Senate will allow her to come back. Because the Senate reduce themselves and make one person's problem to become an institutional problem, which is very bad for Nigeria, not just bad for Natasha or Natasha's constituency. Because today is Natasha and Natasha's constituency. Tomorrow is going to be another person. So we have to be very, very careful in the way we handle matters. And they need to know this. The Senate need to know this. Natasha's problem is not an institutional problem that they make Nigerians to see it or they make it look at. If she is against the Senate or is Natasha versus the Senate, everybody know Natasha and who. You understand?
Yeah.
Before they suspended her. So please, let her come back. When the matter continue, it does not any harm to the matter. The matter, it cannot stop the matter. Her coming back cannot stop the matter.
All right, thank you very much, Umar, for your contribution. We do appreciate it. Still talking about suspension, though. Supporters are waiting for Barrow's return from London as his own 6 months expires in, I think, 6 days' time. So, what do you think will happen in this case? Do you think there will be a smooth transition of power given back to him as governor of River State? Or could there be, I don't know, with the way things are going, I would not be surprised if something else happened.
I wouldn't be surprised too. because in the first place, nobody is the one that said he should go. It's only one person that said he should go.
Exactly.
So,
I'm looking at our own constitution too.
Yes.
You know that our constitution does not allow, even if there will be a state of emergency, doesn't allow the sitting governor to be deposed.
So whatever has happened now, we'll wait to see. We'll wait it all out to see what to come. But the thing is, his loyalists, his supporters are routing, waiting for him to come so as to return. But I must tell you, his return, just as you asked whether it's going to be a smooth transition, it could be smooth transition for him to get in there, but it won't be smooth for him while doing that.
Right.
Why I'm saying so is that, the election that was held, the local government election that was held under him was jettisoned.
Yes.
And this other one happened the way it happened, and we have seen all that came out of it. And when there are 23 local governments and 20 will be in the opposition, I wonder. And of course, looking at the fact that the State House of Assembly has also a great majority in the opposition. Someone has said it's best for him to go and accept and come, and immediately he comes in, he stays 1 day, 2 days, and he will say, I tender my resignation. So that it will be in his best interest to go. Because if not, if he comes in and stays there, well, it's one of two things that will happen. Either that he just plays ball until his time expires and he goes. And of course, you know that the one that was his godfather, whether he is still or not, I don't know, said that for him to have peace, that he will sign that he will be only one tenor that he will spend.
Wow.
So that means 6 months has been taken away out of his time, and so the remaining time, the remaining period of the term, he will just conclude it and pack his things and leave. If not,
Politics.
he will start again on the war path, which definitely will not be good for River State as a whole.
Exactly.
So it's a serious matter.
It is.
We'll just wait to see how it happens.
It is indeed. Let's wait and see how it happens, if he returns as governor or if the administrator gets an extended time.
That's another one.
This could happen.
It's not impossible.
Exactly.
It's not impossible.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
You're welcome. Please turn down the volume of your TV set, then tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Okay, my name is Suleiman. I'm calling from Anambra State.
Suleiman, please walk away from your TV set. We're getting a howl back.
Okay, it's unfortunate that this type of thing is happening in Nigeria right now, because if you look at the situation, somebody is suspended for the past 6 months, and now the person has to resume, and they're telling the person that the case is still in court, not mindful of the constituency which the person represents. So it's unfortunate. Look at what is happening in Nigeria today. If you look at NSAS, these are the kind of issues that are built up. If somebody like the Senate president can wake up in one day and tell the people to go and protest, that when people are protesting and they will be in their house eating, such Senate president is not supposed to be in Nigeria, but now he's supposed to have at least resign honorably. And now look at the case of Natasha. This is not the first time the man is attacking that woman. If we don't fight this injustice now, this is how it's going to continue in Nigeria. And if you look at a lot of young people are leaving this country because they don't believe in Nigeria again. The government, what the government they are not doing the right thing. So if we don't fight this injustice now, this is how it's going to continue. So we have to be very careful about our utterances, especially our leaders, so that we, the young one, can learn from them. Thank you. Thank you
too, Suleiman. All right, we still have a few more minutes on the clock to wrap the program up this morning. It's still the press on Captain TV here in the nation's capital, Abuja. We're taking your calls to hear your opinions, your contributions, on the headlines this morning. So feel free to react to any of the headlines we have reeled out for you today. I'm not alone in the studio, as you can see. Yes, Mr. Okechukwu is here with me in the studio, and we have been having a fantastic discussion and analysis of some of the headlines today. Now, still talking about this suspension thing. I think it has gone to show that some people will say that we lack laws in this country, but the truth is that we actually have laws.
We have laws.
We have laws in every aspect, but the truth is the implementation. And sometimes we see that it is our leaders that are really trampling on those laws, and it makes it look as if we do not have laws. We have laws that if they're working, Nigeria would have been a better place. I remember when the governor of River State was suspended. I remember how much conversation arose from it, how much people talked how the constitution does not allow that no constitution allows a governor to be removed from his seat, even if a state of emergency was declared. There were so many talk, but at the end of the day, it's held sway. The 6 months is almost here. Like you said, we're all eyes and ears to see what happens in the next 6 or less days if Siminalayi Fubara returns as the governor of Rivers State, or we could hear that there will be an extension of the interim administrator.
Both they are possible.
They are both possible.
Anything can happen anytime in this country. So we'll just keep looking. We'll keep our fingers crossed and see what will come out of it.
Indeed.
But it's just that it would be beautiful for it to be that he will return and start his work. Not minding the fact that it's going to be an uphill task for him to govern River State again, even under the situation that he has found himself.
He will be.
But then he has said he is ready to do anything, to sacrifice anything for the peace that should be in River State. That's a great man, I must tell you, because greatness is not just when someone has done everything for himself and by himself and unto himself, but then he has considered the larger interest of the state, of the people in the state, and that is the one major thing that is carrying them on at a time like this. So it's a good thing. I must say that Sim is a great man, and whatever happens today, whatever happens tomorrow, it won't be taken away from him. He has made his mark, even within this little time, this brief time he spent there. And if he comes back and sees that it's not going to be easy, it will also be a mark of great honor if he decides to resign and to face his life.
Even though resignation is,
Yes.
I don't know, is there any Nigerian leader we know who have resigned? I can't think of one for now, because it seems it's not in our vocabulary to see Nigerian leaders resign on their own. But it would be a good thing if we start having that, because you see go to other climes and you see that, okay, you've been elected or appointed into this position, and you realize that, okay, you cannot carry the duties. The honorable thing for you to do, if you love your country, is to resign and give a space for someone who can make impact. But in this country, it's usually not like that. Well, we just have less than 4 minutes. Okechukwu, I would like you to a bit on insecurity. The court has sentenced Ansaru leader in the person of Muhammad Usman to 15 years imprisonment. You know, he was accused of terrorism, financing, and illegal mining. So, court has sentenced him to 15 years in prison for these two crimes. Do you think is, especially when it comes to the crime of financing terrorism, do you think 15 years is sufficient?
Even if it's 5 years, 5 years is a long time when it comes to being in jail. So if it's 15 years they gave him, it's still okay. Because if you're talking about spending the rest of his life there,
yes,
it hasn't even made any difference. So the point is that there is a punitive measure that has been meted out to him, and we hope he has learned his lessons, and that's what I would say. And but for me, really, there's one thing I would have loved us to talk about before we conclude. Okay. It's in front of the Sun. The Sun newspaper. That has to do with the finances. You know, I'm a financial person.
Yes, yes, definitely you are.
So I really had to think about that.
Yes.
Yes.
The Nigeria record setback in oil revenue.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, definitely. I saw that story as well. I took it.
It's a good thing to hear that the people that are doing evil, doing wrong, planning wickedness against the others are being nabbed one way or the other, prevented from continuing in what they are doing.
Yes.
Because what that story is all about is that the fact that the things that are not okay are being put in order. And so definitely it will not be so smooth for everyone,
yes,
but it's something that will lead to something good for the country. Those people who are the bunkers of oil and all that, they are being dealt with. That's why the story is going that way, and it will help the economy at the end of the day. So that's one good thing I've seen about our country today, that I'm talking about.
All right. With that said, I think we're really out of time already. So, do you have any last thought you'd like to share before we go? In 30 seconds.
Well, what I would say is that it's always good to be on the right side in everything.
Yes.
So I will say, wherever you are, in any situation you find yourself, ensure that you are on the right side, because good would always win over evil, no matter how long it takes. That's what I think I should be saying.
Thank you very much, Okechukwu Onugbogu, for joining me on The Price today. And to you at home who listen, we appreciate you. For those of you that called and contributed, we also appreciate you for being that. Yes, it's Friday, and like I say, thank God it's Friday. Let's work together as a people to make our dear country better. God bless Nigeria. I am Princess Ekezie Okoli. Do enjoy the rest of your weekend.